Hello everyone, how are you? My name is Amy. I am the owner and curator of this here channel called YosoBoho. If you are a thrifter, you've come to the right place because so am I. I love to thrift, shop estates and all the things, auctions, which we did on Tuesday. If you missed Tuesday's video, it was a mishmash of friend mail and auction and some really cool stuff. I will link it up over here and also down below. But tonight, I promised you we would be looking at some estate sale stuff. And oh my gosh, y'all, this estate had the coolest vintage ever. I mean, ever. And I was not even first in the door. They opened the doors at 10 on the first day, and I guess it was a mad rush. I didn't get there till 11 because I really have no interest in the mad rush. I like to kind of take my time because I know there's always going to be a treasure. There's going to be something that somebody doesn't know what it is, or maybe they thought it was priced too high. They're not willing to pay for it. Whatever it is, I know that there's going to be something after that first hour. And so that's when I went. This estate was run by my friend Sue, who owns Viva Vintage. Viva Vintage is right down the street from me, and she has the greatest collection of stuff in that shop. Everything from collectibles to mid-century. She has a ton of mid-century. Jewelry, I mean, you name it, she's got it in there. Glass. But yeah, she's great. And I found out about it and made my way over there. And like I said, was about an hour late, but it turned out it was fine. And I found some amazing things. So that's what I'm here to show you tonight. I hope that you're coming over from the sale with Yvonne. If so, thank you so much. It was, I'm sure, fun, although I'm recording this on Monday, so it's a big guess. But thank you, especially if you've been hanging out with me all week, because my gosh, I put up my regular Tuesday video. I hung out on Kat's, the Nurse Flippers channel on Tuesday night, was with Yvonne this afternoon, and here I am again. So if you have hung out with me all week, you should get some sort of prize, like a cookie or something. All right, let's check out what I found at this estate sale. I did not take my camera. I have a hard time taking my camera into somebody's private home. I wouldn't have done it without asking permission. And Sue, because I know her, may have given me permission, but I didn't need to stress her out about anything else. She had a lot going on. There was a lot of people still there. She had a lot to take care of, and I didn't need to add that. So I just went in quietly and I did a lot of shopping, and I made a beautiful little pile, and she made me a great deal, and I was so happy. So all of it is good. These were, I think, the first things I picked up. They were in the living room amongst a bunch of stuff. I think most of the big items that were Christmas sold pretty quickly, but these were still there. She had $3 on it. Don't pay attention to the prices because, like I said, she made me a bundled deal that I was really happy with. So I don't think I paid exactly what was on most of the stuff. But look at these, brand new in their little wrappers. Spiral candles, original little stickers, and the color is why I picked them up. There are 2 layers here, so probably 10 candles. That was such a cool little find. Also right there in the living room, I found a few kind of nice old Christmas, this wonderful little tacky Christmas wreath that I absolutely love. Somebody, I think, had it hanging on a little door. It's in good shape, even though a little bit of the felt there is off of the ribbon, but I love it. And then there were 3 of these little trays in really wonderful condition. Here's a poinsettia, some more poinsettias, and then my favorite was these adorable little deer. I will probably keep this one because I love the color, of course, and because it does have those little deer on it. And these 2 will likely go over to the shop. So here's a glimpse of the shelf that I have in my kitchen where I have added some of my new pieces from the estate sale. This little cookie bowl / platter with the deer on it is sitting back there. And look at how cool it looks with my new spiral candles sitting in front of it. Now, these are a collection that I've had up here. I've added to it slowly over the past couple of years. And the interesting thing to note is that most of them are broken, repaired, have issues. So don't give up on those pieces that you find that have chippies or have been broken and repaired, because look at how cute a collection can be, even with imperfect things. For example, this guy lost his head and has had it reattached. You can't even tell. These two little guys here, they're missing paint. Those are salt and pepper shakers up there. And they have had breaks and repairs. You can see this guy's head has been repaired. But look at how cute they look. This little Bambi is perfect, but the little guy underneath him is actually missing a back leg. You can't even really tell. These two here are gifts. This one came from my aunt, the larger one. And then that teeny tiny one came from my friend Cindy for my birthday. And look at how cute it looks underneath there. All kind of tucked in, safe. This little cake plate I thrifted maybe a couple of months ago. It's a pottery piece. It has a cloche. The cloche does not fit over the height of that deer. So I may lift it up and use it some way, or it may just stay open like it is now. And I'm thinking about adding just a little red bow there that will bring some of the reds from the plate over there and make it more festive. So anyway, I'm pretty happy with these additions to my collection for this little festive winter Christmas shelf. What do you think? I also found these cute little red flocked birds. They need to be delinted, but there were 3 of them. They're gonna go into my craft area where I'm hoping I can make another vintage assemblage. And I think that these will go into this year's assemblage. So I have a big and growing project pile. I'm crossing my fingers that I'll have a little bit of time over the next month or so to do that, but I don't know how realistic that is. The linens were incredible. So I'm going to show you the amazing linens that I bought. One of them, let me just get this one out of the way. It is a Hungarian embroidered round tablecloth. It's absolutely stunning. And one of the ladies who was there, I think it was Sue's aunt, clued me into this. It is so beautifully colored. I'm just gonna hold it up and show you the magic. It is magical, right? And it's so soft. It's incredible that it was all handmade. Look at the edging is all perfect. Oh, it's tremendous. I don't have a round table. I don't know where I'm gonna put this, but I'm not gonna part with this anytime soon. It's just so wonderful. And I feel like even if I have to try it on a little square table, it might live back here in the corner on my square table. I'm not sure. I'll try it out. You know, what the heck? Let's see what it looks like, right? But, oh gosh, it's wonderful. It's so wonderful. I think they had $15 on it, and I haven't done any research on it. So if I've learned something, of course, I'm sharing it on screen. Absolutely stunning. And she had some other things that were Hungarian. In fact, I picked up some aprons. So there's this one, just a little wrap around the waist. Look at that little panel there. She originally had $5 on this one. And the work, my gosh, it has the cut work around the edges and then that beautiful embroidery. And what is insane about this embroidery is usually when you see embroidery, you can tell the difference between the front and the back because, you know, the front of it is more important to be perfect. But this is like, you wouldn't even know if you flipped it around to the back that it was any different. It's done so that it's like perfect on both sides. That is insane to me. That craftsmanship, it's just crazy. So that was the one. And then, oh my gosh, the cut work on this. That is all done by hand. The linen is like cut through, and then these little panels of embroidery. And then look at the little ends here, even have a flower. Like, can you imagine the amount of hours it took somebody to create this? It blows my mind. And I guess that the woman who, by the way, she has not passed. She was just downsizing and they were trying to get some money together for her. Her mother and her sister were the ones that handcrafted these. I don't know. I just, you know, in my mind, like the amount of hours, you would have to pay me hundreds of dollars to spend that kind of time. Hundreds. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do with these because I don't know if what you know, my evaluation of their value is just probably not something somebody will pay. But I also think that if somebody out there is Hungarian who knows the value of one of these and makes me a fair offer, you know, and it's going to end up in a household where the heritage is respected, then I would part with it, you know, then I think it should go there. So, my gosh. And then one more that was not an apron. It is just a nice tablecloth. Also in these beautiful embroidery. The little scalloped edge. Wonderful condition. It's probably about 4 foot something by 3 foot, is my guess. Yeah, about 4 by 3. Feel very lucky that I got those. Very, very lucky. Then there was some other hand embroidered things that were not Hungarian, that were just stinking cute. Look at these little duckies. This was like a little dresser scarf or doily. So that one I have is in green, and then the same one in yellow. So 2 little matching embroidery dresser scarves. And then some pillowcases. So the least exciting pillowcases are not embroidered, but they're probably my favorite, and they're the ones I'm gonna keep because I love them. They have these wonderful, just printed vintage birds on them. And they're crispy and they're white. I don't know that they've ever been used. They're probably gonna be a guest bed pillow covering. And then 2 more. So these are a set. I actually had 3 or 4 of these sets. Mom took at least one home. I think she just took the one home that she thought would match her set, and it does incredibly. In fact, let me show you a picture here. She sent me a picture of it with the bedding on her spare bed. She was thrilled that it matched so well. These, check these out. Roses, embroidered roses. There are 2 of them. And then they have the work here with the ribbon that travels through. And I know that's got to take some tremendous skill, but they are wonderful. I will be either listing these or taking these over to the shop. I think these were my other favorites because they're so simple and beautiful. They are embroidered with what looks like white and then blue, but look at the detail of this. My gosh. And then they have these wonderful little laced edge that's stitched on. Wouldn't these make a beautiful wedding gift? They're just so pretty and so expertly done. And again, crispy and white and never used. Beautiful, right? The last thing in the linen room was this tablecloth. It is just a printed piece. It's like got that Pennsylvania Dutch people on it. They're so great. It is in wonderful condition. It is a nice big piece. In fact, I think it'll fit my dining room table. And it does have some of my colors in it. Only problem is I hate the idea of putting a tablecloth on a table where it can get food stained. So, and this one is like pristine. So I don't know, maybe somebody else can take that risk and I will sell it. But isn't it wonderful? I thought so. Look at the little rooster. Ah! The best things came out of the kitchen, so we're gonna wait to see the kitchen stuff last because you're not gonna believe it. Amazing. But downstairs, I picked up a few things. One little set of vintage playing cards in the plastic box with that nice little graphic on it. Reminds me of the 70s. A green drip Hull, Hull, piece of pottery. I have never seen this one before, not even in the brown drip. And it was cheap. I think they only had it marked a couple of bucks. But I will have to ask George if he's still looking for green drip. This seems to be maybe a unique piece, although of course I'll look it up and I will share here the value of it. But he does have a collector of the green drip, so I have to check in with him. I found this little mug, and I really didn't care about the mug because you wouldn't believe what people will sometimes pay for little swizzle sticks. There are really unique things in here. Like this is Crown 7. Kind of looks like a little icicle. Little Columbus, Ohio, Lincoln Lodge. So local stuff. This one has a lion on it and it's gold. But I was excited the most about a few of these that were mermaids. Kind of nice. These ones say Casa Loma Cafe, St. Catherine, East Montreal. So there were a few of those in there. Here's another one in a silver and one in blue. And then there's this one that looks like a big sword. There's a red one like that too. But the reason why I loved it the most was there was this set of these figures. And if you look inside their kind of pelvic area here, there are numbers and they correspond to age. So the youngest is 20. And see if you notice a pattern. 20, 21, 25. Then it jumps to 35. And then 40. Come on. Seriously, they're a hoot. I thought they were great. And yeah, I grabbed this whole thing for them. I think it had like a $10 sticker on it. But what a hoot. I have sold these stir sticks on eBay before. So I'm going to take a look at what I have here and probably lot them up, maybe in a couple of lots. Of course, I'm most interested to see what these are valued. Yeah, and they'll probably go over to eBay. The last thing that I found downstairs was this beautiful piece of enamelware. I'd never seen this size. It's in wonderful condition. It's this nice size. It has this great lid on it. This nice little handle. It's black and white. And what's in there, I'm about to show you because that came out of the kitchen. But the thing itself, I think she had, I don't know, $5 or $10 on it. But I love it. And it's one of those things that it looks really cool and it will provide some really cool storage. So it might be something that goes into my kitchen where I can store other things inside of it. So the things in here, like I said, came out of the kitchen. Let's take a look at what they are. Here is one with her perfect little eyelashes still intact. And then you notice this right here, right? It holds a little parasol. Ah! Isn't that wonderful? It matches her little outfit, her black and gray little tweed jacket. Oh, she's glorious. So these head vases have been going pretty strong for a long time. And I had never seen one like this. Actually, I take that back. I had seen one with one of these little things where I imagine maybe it was a vase that you could put a little flower in or something. I didn't realize that it was missing this big piece with this umbrella. But yes, that was in the kitchen. But wait, there was two. So I got them both. This one has a little pink and like a raspberry bow. And look at her again with her perfect little eyelashes and all her fingers. Oh, they're so kitschy, cool, lovable, adorable. These are likely headed to eBay. The most traffic and the most collectors are going to see them there. They are so wonderful. They're in such great condition and they have all their parts, and their parts are all also perfect. So I'm going to put these carefully back in this storage container and show you the rest of the stuff from the kitchen. These also came out of the kitchen. This little cozy for your coffee or your tea cans. You can keep your coffee can like out on the counter and make it decorative with this beautiful little crocheted, look at the little top. You know what? My friend Carol has a yellow kitchen. I wonder if she needs this little guy. Look at his little spout. Super cute. And then each one of these, look at, they match. These are vintage towels, never used. I mean, you can see by just the quality of the graphics. Here we have the, says applesauce dumpling with the green and the yellow. And then here we have this wonderful, says happiness is, just says happiness is. I was like, happiness is what? And it just says happiness is. ... So fill in the blank, I guess. With this wonderful big bonnet girl on here. Again, these are in this beautiful yellow. So Carol, you'll have to let me know if these belong in your kitchen. I know that you love the Holly Hobby, and she's kind of that same 70s genre. So they're pretty wonderful. And yeah, those all came out of the kitchen. And the best one was sitting on the table. I think she had $35 on these, on this set. And I think that was fair because they are wildly awesome. Don't they look like Art Nouveau? I know they're not that old. They're not of that genre. They're probably 50s. They say Coventry ware on them, and I have found a little bit of information on Coventry ware, but I have not found anything that looks like these two. They're chalkware. They're meant to hang on a wall. I think they're special. What do you think? If you ever seen anything like this, if you know anything about Coventry ware, this might be a question for George, the antique nomad. I might have to send him a picture and ask him if he's ever seen these before or has any knowledge of them, but I think they're very cool. I don't know if Sue even has time to watch my videos, but if she does, big thanks to Sue. I will be back over at Viva Vintage before the end of the year. I'm hoping she has her Christmas stuff up because it would be great to take the camera over there and show you guys. She has so many like ceramic trees and just wonderful mid-century stuff. So I'm looking forward to visiting over there again and taking y'all with me. But yes, it was a great day. It was nice to meet her family and to shop and to get such wonderful things. Like I said, probably the most amazing estate sale I've ever been to, with just such a great collection of kitsch and vintage. And I was so happy to leave there with the things that I found. And that was it. All of the things that I got from that amazing estate sale. What was your favorite thing? Was it the linens? Was it the chalkware? What was it? I'm curious. Let me know in the comments down below. For those of you who leave me comments on a regular basis, you already know this, but I love to interact with people through comments. So leave me a comment down below so that I can say hello back to you. Thank you so much for hanging out with me this week. I appreciate you so much. Come back next week. We will be traveling next week. I'm starting our videos where we headed down to North Carolina. So there will be some thrifting in Charlotte and some thrifting down near the coast in a place called Beaufort, somewhere down there. Yeah, we stayed in Cedar Island and it was a magical place. And I'm going to take you guys there and then back through there to Washington the following week where we thrifted around DC. Oh my gosh, lots of adventures coming up and amazing things. So stick around, please, and be sure to subscribe. Hit that notification so you know when I put up a new video. Happens a couple of times a week. All right, everybody, I will see you next week on Tuesday. We're going to North Carolina. Until then, please have a fun weekend, but be safe, and I will see you on Tuesday.